So last year was a great year for films. There was a lot of really good movies that came out, but there was one that flew so far under the radar, I didn't even know it existed.
I am Puss in Boots!
Now, Puss in Boots 2, The Last Wish, follows Puss in Boots, who's on his last life, as he adventures to find a fallen star that can grant one more wish so he can get his previous lives back. Now, I never even saw a trailer for this movie. I didn't know it existed until it started popping up all over YouTube and TikTok. But I happened to just stumble across Chris Stuckman's review of Puss in Boots, and hearing his high praise for it made me realize that I needed to go watch this. So finally, after a whole month, I was able to sit down with my family and watch it. We didn't get to go see it in a theater or anything. We just ended up watching it at home on our TV. And how good was it? Yeah, it was pretty great. Now, the animation was really good. Everything looked really pretty, and the cinematography was really good. It almost has this Spider-Verse feel to it in a way. Some of the action fight scenes have this low frame rate look to it, which is almost directly ripped from Spider-Verse. That's not a complaint because it's really good and it's really well done. It seems like Spider-Verse kind of set like a new standard for animated films with this like over-the-top, colorful, just wacky and creative style to it. I thought it was just really fun, and I think Puss in Boots 2 did a really good job with it.
Kitty soft paws, I need your help.
Is the great Puss in Boots asking for help?
Well, you see, Kitty, please. That wish could get me my lives back.
And the choreography was great. Some of the fight scenes were absolutely gripping. There was a lot of emotional weight and a lot at stake here. And I honestly didn't expect it, but I ended up getting goosebumps within one of the first fights. And this is a Puss in Boots film, and the music in this was really fun. Puss in Boots even has his own theme song in the beginning, that's just a joy. But where DreamWorks really brought their A game was with the story. The story isn't anything groundbreaking or entirely new, but it works really well with these characters. Like I said, there's a lot at stake here, and the emotional beats feel really earned. A lot of the times with films, you can kind of sense when they're trying to bring something out of you through musical cues or even callbacks. It seems like there's a formula to make people cry. But in Puss in Boots 2, everything feels really natural and everything seems like it works really well. Nothing feels unearned. And a lot of that has to do with the voice acting. The voice cast here is superb. Everybody does an amazing job, and you can tell that they have a lot of fun here. John Mulaney plays one of the main antagonists, and you can tell he's just having a blast the whole time. His character is unapologetically evil, and that's just his thing. And John Mulaney takes it and just runs with it. It's amazing. But speaking of the antagonists, the main antagonist, Death himself, was brilliant. Absolutely perfect. One of the best villains I've seen in a DreamWorks film in a very long time. It honestly reminded me a lot of Rattlesnake Jake from the movie Rango, which also Rango is another great film. His presence is dominating every time he's on screen. He's the main focus and poses a real threat to Puss in Boots. Their first fight rocks our boy to his core and basically shakes up everything that he knew about himself, or thought he knew. And it sets a more mature tone for the film, which I really enjoy. I like to see that these animated films have a lot more mature themes and can definitely be appreciated by older audiences along with younger audiences too. Honestly, this movie had no right going this hard. Honestly, I think this might just be one of the best films of 2022. And it might even be the best animated film of 2022, arguably. I know the other big contender would be Pinocchio, which I haven't seen yet, but regardless, I think that it's going to end up being one of the greatest animated films of all time, and spoken to in high regard alongside Spider-Verse and even How to Train Your Dragon or Shrek, which, let's be real, Shrek's the best animated film of all time. And honestly, it kind of feels like this movie might have set up another Shrek sequel. I don't know if you caught on to that, but if you did, leave a comment down below of what you think that would look like. Maybe I'll make a video about it. But overall, Puss in Boots 2 was just such a great experience. I'm really glad that I bought this movie and watched it, and it seemed like my whole family had a great time watching it too. I just want more movies like this. But that's it for now, so go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
I hope you're in my next chapter.